Hi, my name is Javier, this is Mostly Positive, and welcome to something I have not done since, well actually I can pull her right here. Since this little ditty. Since Mia Karnstein, since that one video, ages ago. I think the first year I did content creation. I kind of want to start doing some more, like tech unboxings and reviews and whatnot. So here we go. Here's the first one, the Analogue 3D. I ordered this on my birthday. That's when orders first were available. 2024. It is now 2025, November 2025. I can't remember what day it is, but it is over a year later. Let me say, Analogue, and let me pull the pocket real quick. Analogue is, I think, one of the most amazing retro console makers in existence, and they are also somehow the worst company. Their communication is just so unbelievably terrible, but their products are just absolutely astounding. Here's my beautiful Analogue pocket with my gorgeous EverDrive, and oh boy howdy, I'll have something to say about the EverDrive later. But yeah, just to say that I have another Analogue product. I have nothing but the absolute best experience with it, and I've seen a number of unboxings and reviews, and there's something about this thing, about the Analogue 3D, that in theory should really piss me off. But let's see how it is. Let's see how it is in practice after I experience it myself. So here it is, the Analogue 3D. Let's go ahead and pop that open and then place the box right there so that the shot looks even better. Wow, look at this. This is so clean. All right, we got cables, get out of here. We got more cables, get out of here. We got this little charging box for the cables, get out of here. What I really care about is this thing. And then we got some more garbage. Cartridge cleaner. Comes with 2 cartridge cleaners. This is actually pretty interesting. I'd like to see if any of my cartridges are dirty to hell. What is this? Instructions. Bluetooth pairing, button, power, reset. Do not insert, remove cartridges while game is running. Clean your game cartridges thoroughly before use. A little FPGA sticker, throw that away. Analog sticker, throw that away. And I just mean throw it off to the side. But yeah, look at that. That is so clean. It is. Let me hold on, because I got. I did not think this through. I want to say this was very last minute. I was thinking about doing this unboxing and stuff, and part of me was like, no, I literally don't want to. I'm extremely lazy. And then another part of me was like, well, I really want to do it for the channel. I really want to do something new for the channel. Hold on, I have my other N64, my actual N64 right here. I just have to wipe it down real quick because it is so extremely dusty. And just one quick wipe, throw that off to the side. This is my N64. What is this, like grape something? I don't know, the N64 colors have really weird names that I never bothered to learn. And I got the, what is it, the extra RAM kit thing. I can't pop it out, but you can see it right there. It was given to me when I bought it. Man, I grew up with the N64. I grew up because my brother had an N64. I cannot even explain to you how much I love this thing, how many endless hours of friggin' Pokemon Stadium, Banjo-Kazooie, Mario 64, Super Smash Brothers. Oh my god. This console, genuinely my early childhood. One of the first, probably actually, no. My very first home console that I played would likely have been the Super Nintendo. So this one would have been the second one. And I eventually got my own once I probably around like between 18 and 20 years old. Probably around 19 actually was when I got this thing. God, I love the N64 so much. And I really like this color. It was like the best color that they had. So I went ahead and got it. Let's go ahead and move this off to the side. Look at how much smaller it is. This thing is chunky. And this looks so sleek and modern. Look at that. Oh my god. Let me move that off to the side. Just a nice, lovely comparison. I mean, the overhead view, it blocks it perfectly, but from the side, look at this chunky boy, and look at how freaking just sleek this thing is. Oh, this is beautiful. I'm so happy. So, the way I have my my N64 set up is I am running it through this Eon HDMI adapter. I recall this thing being outrageously expensive. So like what good does the Analogue 3D do me if this thing works sort of fine? And that's the thing, it works sort of fine. So my biggest issue with my my current N64, and here's Pokemon Stadium, is that I will pop a cartridge in and sometimes it just won't read. And I'll just have to just keep going, bam, bam, in, out, in, out, in, out, until it finally reads. But this is a good opportunity to test the cartridge cleaner. Let's see how dirty this thing actually is. If I can get it open. Oh, okay. All right, and I guess you're just supposed to split it because it says 2. Yeah, you just tear it off like that. All right, moment of truth. I think this thing is gonna be outrageously dirty. Just slide that in and wipe. Honestly, from all the other videos that I've seen, not that bad. Not the worst it could be. That's not bad. I think on camera, it probably looks horrendous. But in person, not that bad. All right, well, just for the sake of showing it off, because this will probably be the last time we see this thing on camera. Oh, that's so weird. Okay. See, when I put it into the regular N64, it's like you put it in and then you push it down and like you feel it like going in there. But the Analogue 3D is just, it sort of just falls into place. Like you almost don't have a reason. Oh, and it comes out really easily too. Wow. Yeah, it just sort of, you do push it down like ever so slightly, but for the most part, it just falls into place and then easily comes out. That is a weird feeling. And I know something else that a lot of other people have mentioned. See, we got these buttons on the diagonal. Nice, easy press. With the regular N64, it's just like a hard switch, on, off. And then with the Analogue 3D, it's a push thing. And I will say, that is definitely not as satisfying as that hard switch. All right, that's really interesting. So that's one big reason for getting the, actually let's move this out completely. That's one big reason for getting the Analogue 3D, is hopefully all my cartridges will work properly. And then someday later down the line, I will go ahead and get an EverDrive X7, I believe it's called. But the biggest reason for getting the Analogue 3D is not just for, okay, so let me get something clear here. I absolutely hate N64 emulation, like on the PC. I just don't think it's done very well. And if I'm being honest with you, any emulator that doesn't work very similarly to like PCSX2 or like Yuzu or Ryujinx, if it doesn't have like that much love and care put into it, then it's kind of a pain in the ass to use. I like the emulators that show your games right then and there. I hate the ones where you have to go to the top left, hit file, and then like open ROM and stuff like that. So like pretty much any emulator. And it's very frustrating. And I really, really dislike those. So like my best bet is to, when I saw this and it said what 4K capable N64 console, no emulation. It said it would have like screenshots and save states and yada yada yada. Once I saw 4K and I saw save states available, I'm like, okay, that's it. Let me wait to see if EverDrives even work in the first place. Which, spoiler alert, they don't. But it'll get figured out at some point. Let me get an EverDrive at some point down the line. Let me get this thing, and then bam. I have literally no need to deal with N64 emulators and whatnot. This will be my one-stop shop solution for all of that. Unfortunately, no save states, and then I will show you exactly what they meant by 4K. But another huge reason for the Analogue 3D is I am a huge Pokemon fan. I love Pokemon. Pokemon Generation 1 and Generation 2 work with Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2. And if you're a Pokemon fan and you have not played Pokemon Stadium, let me say the proper way to play Pokemon Stadium is to play the Generation 1 and 2 games in tandem with the Stadium games. So let me slide that up right there. I got Stadium 1 right there. Let me find, I'm sorry, Stadium 2 right there. And I guess let me just throw, hey, there we go. That's Stadium 1 right there, Stadium 2, Pokemon Snap, Star Fox 64, Mario Kart 64, Paper Mario, Harvest Moon 64. What else do I have? Yoshi's Story, Mario Tennis, Mario Golf, F-Zero X, Super Smash Bros, and Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. Off the top of my head, well, okay, let me move that off to the side a little bit. Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2. Here's my go-to N64 controller, which fortunately they did go for the putting in the actual ports, as well as letting you do like Bluetooth connection to the thing. So super awesome. I love that. My go-to N64 controller, my Pokemon games, even Pokemon Green, Gen 2, Gen 1, love it. I love Pokemon so much. You have to play Pokemon Stadium with the Gen 1 games in tandem. You have to play Stadium 2 with the Gen 2 games in tandem. And there's also a huge reason to use the Gen 1 games with Pokemon Stadium 2, what with trading and transferring and all that good stuff. Here is the most important little device for the N64. With this thing, it's called the Nintendo 64 Transfer Pack. This allows you to get all your Pokemon into Pokemon Stadium. And Pokemon Stadium is not the only game that allows this. I know I'm not too knowledgeable on what games let you do this, but I know Mario Tennis, you can also do like transfer pack stuff. There's a Game Boy Color, no, not Game Boy Color? Hold on, I have it in here. There we go. This is a Game Boy Color game. Mario Tennis for the Game Boy Color, for the N64. I know there's something you can do with this game. I think you like transfer characters, or like you level up your character or something, and then you can use it in Mario Tennis. I don't remember. I played like 2 seconds of it and that's it. But it's just fun things like that is like you can only do it with the transfer pack. As a matter of fact, I think there is a way that you can do like the whole transfer pack stuff through an emulator. I looked it up a while ago, but it looks like such a pain in the ass that it's literally not worth it. I don't think it's particularly worth it. It's too much of a hassle. But on an actual N64, it's super easy, it's super fun using the Game Boy Tower in both Pokemon Stadium games, and then playing these games on like, triple speed, doing the Dodrio triple speed. Oh my God. I did this whole experience, a couple years ago, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. It was genuinely the greatest Pokemon experience I've ever had. So that's why the transfer pack and having the an actual system, the physical games themselves, the actual controller, throwing in the transfer pack in there as well, popping in a Pokemon game, just doing quick runs, using those Game Boy Towers, popping in your game. Let's actually go ahead and connect it as well. So let's pop that in there. Hold on, it's like that, and bam. There it is, baby. That's the N64 experience right there. Oh, this makes me so happy. All right, so that's pretty much it. I will go ahead and start showcasing. Now, this isn't gonna be like an extremely in-depth review. This is more of a showcase. You got your unboxing. We're gonna go ahead and get into the showcase and why things that I like about the Analogue 3D, and also like just on the fly reactions to see if this was really worth it, which I'd like to think it is. So let's get into that. Alright, bad news. I recorded over 2 hours of footage at the completely wrong resolution, so that sucks. Good news is, after watching hours worth of footage from first reviewers, I'm gonna be honest with you. None of that footage feels truly representative of what you'll actually experience in person. Or rather, it's gonna be different for everyone. My use case is at my desk with a monitor about 2 feet away from me, depending on how I'm sitting. Yours might be in a living room or bedroom with some actual distance. Yes, this does make a difference. I figured this was going to be the case before going into it, and now having experienced it firsthand, I feel confident in saying I was correct on that front.
So, after much deliberation, I'm choosing to release the video for the reasons stated. Also, you can't imagine the unbelievable pain I'd feel if I were to delete all that footage, especially after the absolute nightmare experience it was to set up the camera for the unboxing. So for this video, my words and reactions hold a little more weight than the visuals. I hope you enjoy the video nonetheless. Stick around till the end for my final thoughts. Ooh. Welcome to Analogue 3D. Press A to continue. Breathing room. Place 3D in an open area away from other items and heat sources. Press A to continue. End user license agreement. Yeah. Come on. Yes, I agree. I read all of it. Alright, let's do this. Come on. Ooh, again, your Analogue 3D is ready. Multiplayer as it was meant to be. 3DOS hotkeys. OG controller. Okay, cool. Z start for in-game menu. Cycle display modes. Z start left and right. Select Rumble controller pack. Not applicable. Library jump to inserted cartridge. B. Okay. Alright, cool. Ooh, look at this. Completely empty. Alright, let's go ahead and pop our first game in. Please work first try. No! Okay. Hold on. That just means we have to clean the cartridge. It's okay. There we go. Okay. I removed the unknown cartridge. I don't feel like that should have actually done anything. Alright, so there we go. Super Smash Bros. Now I know I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you probably watched like 1,000 others. And of course you saw all the, they pop in the game into the console and all these pictures showed up, but they all prefaced by saying like, oh, hey, these are just like beta things and you can probably find all those images online and be able to apply it yourself. So in my case, I don't have all those fancy images that all those beta reviewers and whatnot had in their footage and whatnot. So here we go. Super Smash Bros. Shows the player count, I guess accessories that work with the game itself, the region, dev, publisher, release. Okay, let's go into configure first. Virtual expansion pack. Like I said, my N64, I got the expansion pack when I bought it, or it was given to me for free with it. You don't have to do that with the Analogue 3D, so that's awesome. De-blur, 32-bit color. Let's put that to on. Psych, never mind. It's either auto or off. Cool. Disable anti-aliasing. Okay, force original hardware, overclock auto. No. I saw a lot of people say that going unleashed overclock, there's like literally no reason not to have it, unless I guess if you want the true definitive semi-broken N64 experience. Otherwise, leave it on unleashed. Sounds good to me. But for some of this other stuff, like disable anti-aliasing, and I guess maybe de-blur, it would be something that would best work with when you actually have the thing running. A bunch of display modes. Okay, so if you're like me, you're not a big fan of filters and whatnot, so I'm mostly gonna be showing off clean, but I am interested in at least seeing what everything looks like. My personal preference is to have it as clean as possible, resolution as high as possible. So we're gonna start off with clean, and then we'll see what all of this means when I start it up. So let's go ahead and go for Super Smash Bros. Okay. It looks pretty solid so far. I think my first reaction is that videos kind of don't do this justice. So my big issue with the Analogue 3D is that they claimed that it is a 4K capable console, and I guess they're technically not lying, but there should have been a giant asterisk next to that. What it really is that it's taking the internal resolution of the N64 and it's scaling that up to 4K. It's not actually making the game itself 4K. So whatever the original resolution of the N64 is, technically what you're getting is a 4K version of that resolution, as weird as that sounds. So let's try, I guess, just a game, I suppose. Or you know what? No, yeah, let's do this. All right, I'm gonna go with Link. How do I change? There we go. Let's go red Link, ready to fight. All right, I gotta say, it could be worse. It does look really clean, despite all the jaggies and whatnot due to the N64's original resolution. Despite that, the image itself looks pretty goddamn clean. So what I wanted out of this console is that sort of like emulator experience without the emulation. So I really like upscaling games to as high as it makes sense to run them on my monitor. So like if I were to run this game on an emulator, I would want to run it, you know, on 4K or 1440p, just like as high as it makes sense to have it. But I don't necessarily hate the low resolution N64 look. I can deal. It's just that it was really weird that Analogue didn't really specify what they truly meant. And that they didn't show, God damn it, no! That they didn't show off any footage beforehand, before reviews and whatnot, and even before they shipped the Analogue 3D. It's just a very, very odd situation all around. But I can deal. I'm like, it's kind of like I'm a little dissatisfied. Again, their communication is god awful, but I don't necessarily hate the experience so far. Let's go ahead and finish this match, and then we'll start running through those filters. But as it is right now, pretty good. Die. I thought I was gonna fall to my death before the freaking Yoshi died. Alright. Pretty good, pretty good. Alright, let's get Link's face in there as much as we can. Can I move off to the side? No, it does not seem like I can. That is literally as far as I can go, I guess. That's odd to me. I thought you could pan, but I guess not. Alright, so I immediately forgot how to get into the analog menu. Oh no. Ah, see, okay, hold on. That super sucks. Doing it on an original controller? Because I press start. Okay, bam, I'm paused. But the actual button combo is Z start. And if I do it at the same time, yeah, as soon as I press start, the game starts. Obviously, the game will start up itself. That kind of sucks, and you would think that they would have a better solution for that. So I'm not particularly happy with this hotkey. Dang, that sucks. Okay, well, all right, cool, Fox. Yeah, I don't think there's a way to change it either. All right, so what I can do here is, let's see. Oh, but cycling display modes also requires me to press start? This is bad. No. It just does not work well with, at the very least, Smash Bros. But, like, pausing is start. So it just doesn't seem like it works that well in general. But okay, let's just go through these filters. Scanline looks pretty alright. Okay. It just registered a start input. Alright, clean is on no. I would normally like it. Honestly, it almost looks better with the filter. I'm just not a fan of filters. But like the low resolution just benefits so much from the filter. I'm genuinely shocked at how much I like it. I really don't like the brightness that you lose from it. So let's go. Okay, that's clean. That's scan lines. That's CRT. Hold on, that's scan line. That's CRT. I'm gonna be real with you. Hold on. Scan line. CRT. PVM. It's also getting my inputs from me switching between filters. Okay, I can... No, I can't. Scan line. CRT. There's nothing that I can just stay on the screen for. Hold on, let's see. This is so frustrating. Okay, 1P game. Start. Z. Okay. Right here. The thing doesn't change here. Okay, clean. No! It just moves forward! This is so frustrating! I'm gonna be real with you, scanline's probably the best way. The scanline's probably the best filter that I like. Because BVM looks kind of blurry. And then PVM doesn't look that much different from CRT to me. And then scanlines looks the cleanest, if I'm being completely honest. Okay, so let's go start Z, same time, display mode. Let's go back to clean. Okay. I didn't realize that there was a sharpness setting too, down to very soft. Okay, let's go for very sharp gamma transfer. Tube. Huh. Oh, it changes. Oh, the settings completely change depending on the display mode. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, all right. Well, in my experience, or in my use case, I'm gonna keep it on clean. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm sorry if you're the type of person that likes filters. I don't. I enjoy the most modern look that you can give retro games. So that's what I'm gonna go for. I just wish I had a still image, but I don't. I mean, I guess I could. Let me go back. Quick cartridge is probably the fastest way to do this. What if we do training mode? There's going to be significantly less chaos within training mode. And let's get Samus. Let's go for Samus this time. What would be a good place? Probably Dreamland, honestly. Just because it's nice and bright. Okay. Alright, so let's... Oh, I can't pause. There isn't actually any pausing. That's unfortunate. Okay, that's fine. I wanted the up-close camera. Well, let's see. I don't think that should knock me off. We'll see. Okay. I want the menu off! There we go. Alright, display mode. We got clean. We got... What, interpolation algorithm? I'm assuming that's what it means. I'm gonna be real with you. Blackman Harris? I'm not when it comes to this shit, it doesn't mean that much to me. And I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not seeing much of a difference. So we'll keep it on that. We'll go back to modern, which has higher contrast. That much I can tell. There's nothing past that. Very sharp. Image size fill? Integer plus. Okay. So in my experience, the way I remember the N64 working is that some games has black bars like on the top and bottom, sometimes on the sides. And I recall when I looked this up, when I first noticed it and I looked it up, this was in order to have games run appropriately, like in an acceptable manner. So integer plus, I like very much. Yeah, this is good. I like this a lot. Okay, image fit, original, stretch, God no. Cinema zoom? What is this? Hold on, what if I do just regular fill? Okay, that's original. That's stretch. Ew, gross. Cinema zoom. Why would anyone use cinema zoom though? I'm so confused. Why is that even an option? That's interesting. All right, well, original with integer plus. That's very good. That makes me very happy. I'm curious because not all games do that. I know Smash is one of them, but off the top of my head, I cannot remember what other games do that and what games don't. So I would hope going image fit original with integer plus, it just auto decides when it, fills the screen properly. But this is good. I'm very happy with this. It really is just a matter of, okay, deblur. Oh my God. Oh, that's so interesting. I love this. Yeah, deblur on. 32-bit color. That's interesting. With 32-bit color on, the image actually gets sharper. I wonder if it's like a case-by-case basis. But at least for Smash, the image absolutely does get sharper, and you can see it very well with the background image. The shrubbery, like right in front of Samus. I'll definitely zoom in just to make it clear. But yeah, that is way sharper. Okay, disable anti-aliasing. Let's get the image to stop moving. Huh. That's also interesting. I'm usually not a fan of anti-aliasing. I mean, like, just look at the tree. Let's just look at the tree that's closest to Samus. Anti-aliasing does quite a lot for that tree. And I actually kind of like it, if I'm being honest with you. But for... And then I guess let's look at Samus after that. Okay, in this particular case, get me out of the menu. I'm gonna be real with you. I think I actually want anti-aliasing on the N64. Otherwise, everything looks a little too blocky, a little too blocky, a little bit too pixelated. But with anti-aliasing, I feel like it does quite a lot for it. It almost makes the models look a little more 3D as well. As opposed to like when you remove anti-aliasing, it almost makes the 3D models look like flat 2D. As weird as that is. That's pretty crazy. I think, because not every N64 game was like a 3D game. I know there's a lot of like 2D instances of N64 games, like what, Pokemon Puzzle League or whatever the hell that game is called. I think that game is entirely 2D. And that is definitely something worth testing out with the Game Boy games in Pokemon Stadium. So I got to remember to do that. Let's for a quick second, let's look at the bottom left corner, the character icons, and that little puddle of water. That looks, the Samus and Fox icon look absolutely horrendous. But when I turn on disable anti-aliasing, all right, that's an okay spot. I think, is anti-aliasing off? No, it's not. All right, let's turn it off. That's really interesting because right now the icons aren't really being affected whether I turn it on or off. But when it was over the puddle, you could very much tell that those icons were being affected by the water itself. Okay, I have to be really quick about this. Okay, so look at the 0% turn off anti-aliasing. Now it looks really clean against that water, against the puddle. Turn it back on, now it looks super, super blurry, and it's definitely being affected. So that's very curious. Ooh. In instances like that, I absolutely would want to disable anti-aliasing. I think in general, I'm just gonna have disable anti-aliasing turned on. I mean, let's look at the edge of the stage right below Samus. Yeah, that's anti-aliasing on. That's off. On, off. On, off. Is very That's really tough. I don't know. I honestly don't know what I like more. I think I could get used to I think I could get used to it with anti-aliasing off. But in a way, I think because the resolution is so low, having anti-aliasing on at like normal isn't the worst thing in the world. But I think I can get used to it with it off. I'm okay with Jaggies. When it comes to retro games, I'm completely okay with Jaggies. It really doesn't bother me. Even though I said, yeah, I want a super clean, upscaled 4K image. I mean, like, if that's not an option, I grew up with this shit. I'm perfectly fine with it. It does not bother me whatsoever. It's just, if the option is there, then like, yeah, I want it at the highest resolution possible. Otherwise, I'm perfectly fine with it. All right, I think that's enough of Smash. Let's move on to our next game. Okay, what I am learning is that putting in a cartridge is actually, it does feel similar to the original N64. You do have to actually press it in there, and you have to do it very evenly, otherwise you start getting these like not really readable entries. But yeah, I tried putting it in like I normally thought I would do it with Smash, and I got an unknown cartridge, and then like I did it properly by like actually like putting it in and pressing it in properly, and then it actually read the game. So let's go ahead, get into Pokemon Stadium 2. And as you can see in the under the accessories, it actually says Transfer Pack as opposed to the Rumble Pack in Super Smash Bros. So let's get into this. I think it autoed a filter. I know a lot of reviews said that you have to like it's a per game basis. Okay, yeah. So let's go display mode. Nice and clean. Very sharp. Okay. That is interesting. So before with Smash Bros, Integer Plus and Original is what made it work. But I think that's because it had those black bars on the top and bottom. But in this case, that's not how it works for Pokemon Stadium 2. You actually have to change it yourself. So in this case, just regular fill and original is the best settings for this game in particular. So that's really interesting. I can see this being an extreme issue when it comes to EverDrives, because it's a per game basis, and the EverDrive will just be read as just the singular cartridge. So with every game, you're gonna have to change settings with every game that you decide to play. That's by no way the fault of Analogue, but I find that really interesting. Okay, so let's go into the game. And actually, let's see if we can get I want to see the intro and then start it back up again. The settings should be what we have it as. It looks nice and clean. I like it. I like it. It looks good. That was pretty solid. I think that looked pretty great, honestly. Let's... Oh, hold on. Oh, the black bars are there. I can see it a lot better in OBS than I can on my actual screen. But there are black bars. Okay, let's get into the game. I'll probably be able to see it a lot easier there. Okay, round one, day. It's in general, it's very difficult to see on my monitor, but I can see it a lot better in OBS. Okay, so let's go into the settings real quick and see if there's... Hold on, I gotta do it at the same exact time. I gotta hit the button combo at the exact same time. So, okay, we got stretch, we got cinema zoom. I just want to keep it as original. So there's fill, integer plus just goes way off. That's... I guess it just doesn't work with every game. I'm also curious to see if the black bars change depending on what the game is showing you. But that kind of sucks. I was hoping I was under the impression, based off of the Smash gameplay, that it would fill properly. But I guess not. I'm so curious as to why Integer Plus just like explodes the image, but it didn't do that for Smash. All right, we'll go with this. We're going to battle now. Yeah, let's just do easy. All right, cool. I got Larvitar at least. Let's see. Voltorb, Snubbull, Remoraid, Charmander, Geodude. What are my moves? How do I check? Fire Blast, Iron Tail, Quick Attack. Alright, I mean... Oh, that's Vulpix. Oops. Earthquake, Bite, Sandstorm, Leer. Probably sounds like I'm gonna want Vulpix. Let's go Vulpix, Larvitar. What do you got for me, Squirtle? Waterfall. What do you got for me, Mareep? Thunder, Iron Tail, Swift, Flash. What you got for me, Chikorita? I'm kind of thinking Mareep, maybe. I'm gonna go Mareep. Yeah, let's go Mareep. Yeah, that's okay.
Are you ready? This battle is for eager people who want to battle right away.
Alright. Alright. This looks good. Yeah, Pokemon Stadium in particular looks pretty solid. Oh, there we go. But now, with everything like zoomed out, you can definitely see the hidden resolution. Or like, well, because everything's a lot smaller, obviously. All right, let's go. Let's do battle. Fire Blast against that Oddish. Okay. Beautiful. Awesome. Oh no! Oh no! The little leaves come off!
This has turned into a vicious battle right off the bat. Oh, it's Snubbull!
Got a Schnubbull. Alright, you're just a normal type, but I don't know what moves you have. Roar switches you out. I don't want to do that. If I'm being honest with you, Steel? I don't think Steel's good against normal. I don't think it does anything against normal. Let's just do another Fire Blast, I guess. I bet you have some really stupid moves, don't you, Snubbull? Yeah, that was good, and it's burned. Strength, which it should be a normal move. Yeah, if it was Rock, then that would have effed Vulpix up. But no, we're good. Alright, let's go with another Fire Blast. Hopefully it actually hits. Alright, that's awesome. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Hold on. Totally forgot. Hardware. Hardware, right? Hold on. This one doesn't have an overclock feature. Is overclocking only available in the main analog menu? That's very curious. Because I can disable anti-aliasing, which I didn't even realize it was on. Again, it's really hard to tell when the image is just moving. Okay, we're just gonna turn it off. Deblur is on. Yeah, I guess. Let's see. Okay, advanced hardware, experimental, quick cartridge to configure settings. Yeah, it was just a little hard to tell. Okay, so I guess let's just finish this battle. Let's go for another. Let's see. Steel would be good. I guess electric. It's been a while since I played Pokemon. Oh no, he's using double team. Bad, 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 bad. Not very effective. I think it's just that steel is just not affected by electricity. Not that it's super effective against it.
A furious attack. Great hit.
Okay. Alright, you're paralyzed, but does that mean I don't think... yeah, see, just because they do the move doesn't actually mean that
Continue.
they actually hit. See, if I... No, I was gonna say, if I roar, then it does reset its stats, but there is no other Pokemon to switch it out. Or the opponent doesn't have another Pokemon to actually switch the Pokemon out. So roar wouldn't work.
It's evasiveness.
I think I'm kind of fucked because he just keeps using double team.
There's the shot.
I mean, like, even one double team
Missed again.
can just ruin a whole match.
Both hanging tough.
In particular for Pokemon Stadium.
What's next? Oh, that missed too.
All right, well, this isn't going this isn't going to go anywhere. So let's get out.
It raised its evasiveness.
Let's quit cartridge, okay? And then configure. There we go. Hardware. Overclock. I don't know what auto means, honestly. But let's go to Unleashed. Everything else is good to go. Let's start up Pokemon Stadium 2 again. Because Pokemon Stadium is definitely a game that has, like, a lot of slowdown. And it doesn't look bad on the N64. But when there's like when you're doing moves and shit, there's definitely a lot of slowdown within the game. But honestly, it might be one of those situations where, like, if I were to see it now, then it'd be like, oh, that's just what the game always looked like. All right, let's do another battle now, and then just choose whatever. I just want to see the game at this point. Alright. Let's go Totodile, Charmander, Bulbasaur.
Are you ready? This battle is for eager people who want to battle right away.
Teddy Ursa! Alright. Let's see. Let's go... a Dynamic Punch. I know fighting is good against normal.
The commands are made. There's the attack. Bullseye.
Ooh! And became confused.
Its status using a held item.
Oh, man.
There's the shot. Yes, it's a hit.
Alright, let's go... same thing. Dynamic Punch, Totodile. Go for it. Knock him out. Bam!
Oh, knockout.
I think, honestly, Analogue should have just straight up just said,
Oh, it's my
this is how 4K works on the device.
It's a fierce
Had they said that, I think they're... Because I get the feeling a lot of people are going to be upset by the fact that it's not like 4K, like super sharp 4K.
that did little damage.
It looks good. I like it.
Here it comes.
But, God, Analogue's communication is just
It has no
genuinely the worst.
We're eagerly
But for what it actually is, for what the
Pokemon.
the Analog 3D, for what it actually is,
The Pokemon have been chosen.
I'm happy. This is good.
Two Pokemon remain
Alright,
on
let's go for...
flying from both teams.
Oh, Rock Smash is a fighting move? Let's just do Fire Punch, I guess.
Vicious attack. Great hit.
Yeah, I can totally see someone who wanted that clean image. They're absolutely going to be disappointed.
They're both hanging tough.
But for like retro enthusiasts who love those filters and all of that stuff, man, those people are as happy as can be. I guarantee you that much. But like I'm definitely someone who like falls like right in the center of like, hey, I actually grew up with this. I'm perfectly fine with how this looks. But I also really like the way the clean, super upscaled look as well. And I'm curious if there are other people out there that are like me. Alright, I think that's good enough. I'm curious to see what the how the Game Boy game looks. How the Game Boy games plural looks. Dodrio GB with my Pokemon Crystal game. Oh, okay, come on. Oh, this is interesting. What's going on? Oh, you know what? I do recall this happening specifically in Stadium 2, where it takes a second for it to like actually load what's going on. I don't think that really happened in Stadium 1. So let's no. How do I do this? There we go. Yeah, at triple speed, I think, yeah, you lose color and you're losing the background as well, just because it needs that extra power to actually run this at triple speed. That's regular speed. Oh no, that's not triple speed. Is this triple speed? It said Dodrio Tower. Dodrio GB. Alright, let's continue. Yeah, see... Oh, this is hitting me now. I do recall this happening. I'm assuming after a while it'll work properly, but I really don't know. Ooh, that's pretty frustrating. But like that has absolutely nothing to do with the Analogue 3D. Although it would be interesting to see if the overclocking would have affected this, but it seems like that's not the case. Alright, let's see what Pokemon... What do I have? I probably don't have anything, if I'm being honest with you. Okay. Togetic, Suicune, Typhlosion, Ursaring. Let's switch Togetic and Suicune. And just get into a battle. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Duo Tower. Oh, you know what? Maybe the case is that Gen 2 games can only go double speed. And Gen 1 games can go triple speed. Shit, I'm curious now. Alright, bam, we got Suicune. Let's go for the Ice Beam. I mean, it works. It looks good. It works. What more do you need? Alright, let's go Ice Beam. Let's go down to... No, sorry. Let's go down to... just regular speed. We get our color back. We get the border as well. Oh, this looks great. The color does a lot for it. It looks really good. Got an Onyx. Alright, Suicune, go for that Ice Beam once again. And then let's go into double speed. Alright, and then I recall what I have to do is actually I have to save within a Pokemon Center in order to properly enter and leave the game. So let's... Oops. Alright, menu. Let's quit. Alright, so how does this work? Okay, play your Game Boy Pokemon here. Insert the game pack into your transfer pack while the N64 is off. So I actually have to close it all together. So let's quit cartridge. And let's check, real quick, let's check one of the Gen 1 Pokemon games. Which, obviously, I might as well just do Pokemon Yellow. Uh-oh. Why does it say that? Why is it telling me that? Does it have anything to do with I don't know, the battery dying or something? Saved file not found. I don't like that. Oh, there we go. And I could load max, load little. I wonder, I mean, I assume it was load little for Pokemon Crystal. Uh-oh, what's gonna happen here? Alright, do your thing. Do your loading. Hey, look at that! It's the border! Oh, I love this. Can I actually play it normally, or can I not put any inputs whatsoever? No, it's not letting me do any inputs. I genuinely have to just wait until it loads all the way. Which, honestly, like, your best bet is just to do load max. Getting those stutters while you're playing really, really sucks. You might as well just wait it out and then just be able to play it normally. So again, I'll just cut whenever it's done. Okay, there we go. We got all 3 speeds. We get full color just because this is just a regular Game Boy game. Although this one in particular has Game Boy Color functionality, does it not? Maybe not. I think maybe you only get no, I think this does have Game Boy Color functionality. Alright, yes. Yeah, because it's just one solid color. Look at that! That's Pokemon. This is Pokemon Yellow. Triple speed. What am I supposed to do? Go to Oak, right? That's not Oak. Yeah. So go into the grass, right? This is Pokemon Yellow, so things are a little bit different. Pikachu! Yep, come on. It's so fast. Alright, he stole the Pokemon. I don't even remember what, I'm assuming he gets an Eevee. That's what it is. Alright, no, I don't want to nickname Pikachu. Okay. There we go. I mean, it looks sharp. It looks great. Let's go for Growl. What does Growl do? Attack. Okay, that's fine. Oh, but if you're gonna lower my defense, then it just kind of cancels each other out. Oh, Pikachu, you're gonna lose. God damn it. Alright, that's fine. There we go. There he is. Yeah! Alright, look at that! Triple speed Pokemon. This is the way to play Gen 1, baby! Oh, I love this so much. And the analog 3D just makes this a smoother experience. With my N64, it really was a situation of like, if that thing even just slightly moves, it just turns off. Like, the connection between like the giant fucking power brick and the N64 itself is just so like unsteady. Like, it wiggles around so much. I don't think that's just I don't think that's my N64 problem. I think that's how it was for every N64. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Thundershock's not gonna work against it. Oh, it does. All right, I'm really happy. I'm really happy. I'm perfectly fine with the Smash Bros. Experience. I'm really happy with the Pokemon Stadium experience. Let's hop into our next game. All right, let's go into it. Star Fox. Oh, actually, gotta remember hardware, overclock, unleashed. Yeah, let's disable anti-aliasing, and that's really all there is to do. Display mode, we'll figure that out when we get in there. Or except, I mean, clean, obviously. Okay, sharpness, very sharp. Modern, and then the image size and fit. We'll see when we get in there. Interesting that it's just called Star Fox in this menu and not Star Fox 64. Okay, and I am seeing black bars on the top and bottom.
Message from General Pepper.
Ooh. Ooh.
We need your help, Star Fox.
Oh, yes.
Has declared war.
This looks great.
And is trying to take over Corneria.
The portraits look really good.
Hurry, Star Fox.
Hurry, Star Fox. God, I love Star Fox so much. Star Fox 64. Alright, alright, alright. My boys are looking real crunchy. But that's N64, baby. That is N64. Fox McCloud. Yeah, look at him go. This looks so clean in the most low resolution possible. Oh my god. Yes, 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 yes. All right, let's get into it. Oh, but I'm gonna have to sit through all of this. Okay, I'm gonna cut forward to when the game is actually playing. Oh, never mind. I didn't realize I could pause it. Or, I mean, press start to skip it. All right, let's go. Let's do this. Let's do this.
It's about. Good luck.
All right, while this is running. Oops. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, God, no. Okay. I gotta time it correctly. Like, if I... Like, for example, okay, let me get into it. I can't just press start and then do the button combo to get into the analog menu, because that'll take me out. So what I have to do is actually be running the game and then do the analog button combo. That way it leaves it paused. So here we go. There are pretty decent black bars on the top and bottom. I think very similar to the way Smash Bros was. So again, just like Smash Bros, I think Integer Plus and Original works perfectly fine. I'm curious to see. Oh no. Oh, the image is definitely being cut off. I think the easiest way to tell is based on the reflection of that ship right next to Slippy's health bar. That ship right there, if you look directly down where the reflection is, you can see the whole reflection. And then once I go into Integer Plus, it cuts it off. That's annoying. At that point, I don't understand what the point of Integer Plus is then. I don't get it. I understand integer. That's a regular thing. I think I think it's meant to show like a one-to-one representation of the game on like I guess on like a properly scaled screen or whatever the fuck. Fill, I understand. No, I don't. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. I don't understand fill. I don't understand fill when it does. The thing is, okay, I do understand fill. I think fill is actually filling up the entire screen, but because the game itself has black bars just built into it, that's why it doesn't look filled. But then there's integer plus. I don't understand integer plus if it's cutting off the image. That's very interesting. And I don't know how to feel about it. I definitely don't understand Cinema Zoom. I don't understand Cinema Zoom whatsoever. But once again, Scanlines looks genuinely great. And maybe, no, because integer plus with scan, because like when I go Scanlines, it makes the image even smaller. And then I go integer plus, and then once again, we're back in the same scenario where it cuts off the image. So I don't understand. I don't understand what integer plus really is supposed to mean. I'm assuming this affects the scanlines themselves. Yeah, you can see the edges changes when I change this stuff. Consumer, professional. I think this is based off of like CRTs back in the day. Very interesting. Yeah. This is good. Oh, and I actually am getting a nice still image where I can actually see these display modes a bit differently. A lot clearer than I could with Smash Bros. If I'm being real with you, BVM looks pretty good. Oh, but I do like Scanlines. It's just nice and simple and clean. God, that's so interesting. I'm not a fan of filters, but I'm honestly being sold on, at the very least, Scanlines. That is so interesting. All right, let's go back to clean. Modern, very sharp. I'm assuming interp means interpolation. That still doesn't mean a whole lot to me. I mean, I feel like I can see a difference between Bilinear and Blackman Harris. Blackman Harris does look quite a bit sharper, honestly. But between Blackman Harris and Lanxos 2, I'm not seeing much of a difference. Alright, let's stick with this. And just regular fill. And that's it. Alright, let's get into this. And let's just be absolutely horrible at this, because I can never remember how to properly control the R-Wing.
Help me! Thanks, Fox.
Alright, whoops. I didn't mean to throw a smart bomb. How do I boost? Yeah, how do I boost? I didn't want to do that again. Alright, I'm getting a little bit used to the controls.
Everybody stay alert.
My question is, did they really expect you to? No. Okay, it's Z. Z lets you turn the R-Wing like that. How do I boost? How do I boost? Was it down? Okay.
You got an enemy
C down. Okay, yeah, C down is brake. Is C up? No, C up is... C up is first person. Okay, C left is boost. Okay.
Get the one behind me.
Yeah, I played the shit out of this on the N64. Okay, and then hold lets you charge.
Boost to take.
Let's use the boost, let's use the boost.
I could use some help.
Was the
here.
smart bomb homing? It kind of looked like it was. Oh, sorry, Falco. I'm also dying. Don't worry. You're not the only one.
Barrel roll.
0 R twice. Alright. Yeah, this is gonna take a lot of time to truly get used to the controls. But yeah, see, right there. Bam. Bam. Pop them. Bam. Bam. One more, one more, one more, one more, one more. I mean, the gold ring was there. I could have sworn it doesn't appear unless you go through all of them, but it was there before I went through all of them. God, it's been so long since I played Star Fox 64.
Enemy robot. Dead ahead.
But yeah, I played the shit out of it on N64, and I played even more. Well, yeah, I played even more on the Wii Virtual Console, and then I played even more on whatchamacallit. Woo! On
I will not be defeated.
whatchamacallit, the 3DS version. Okay, let's boost. And then
Those who cross Andross will
there we
die.
go. Turn around. Let's shoot a smart bomb. Smart bomb. Smart bomb. Never mind. No, I said never mind.
Aim for a
All right,
attack.
let's boost and then flip around,
Let these hit.
and then smart bomb. Finish him off. Yeah, it takes a second for it to register that it's getting hit by the smart bomb. My emperor, I've failed you.
We're heading out. All aircraft report.
You did it. I was worried for a moment.
You're becoming more like your father. Falco ship is under maintenance.
This is what a unique experience this is, because I feel like I'm left in a predicament. So if you don't know, which probably no one does, this is probably your first time seeing a video from me, but I do Let's Plays on this channel, and if I'm being honest with you, I'm having trouble trying to decide how I want to go about showcasing N64 games. Because personally, I like the clean look. But on the Analogue 3D, it really seems like your best bet is to go for, at the very least, scan lines. I think it looks pretty good. So let's for a second, let's just go for scan lines. Let's go edge hard. I can't tell if integer plus actually cuts it off. It probably does. Okay. See, I think this looks phenomenal. I'm gonna be honest with you. I am so shocked at how
Be careful.
really good this looks.
Use bomb quietly.
I am not I am not a filters guy, but this right here looks really good. And I think it's the fact that it is the original N64 resolution. Like, yes, it's technically 4K, but it's the N64 resolution. Okay, let's see if I do this right. No! How did I did it in the boss fight, like, without it auto doing it for me. How do you freaking... I don't know how to do the thing, and he just told me, but I wasn't really paying attention. Because I was trying to talk about how much I really like scan lines. Yeah, see side, see left. Oh my god.
Incoming message from location confirmed. Sending supplies.
Yeah, I think the way I'm gonna do Let's Plays for N64 games running on the how do I freaking do the thing? Oh, they're on my ass, dude. And I don't know how to do the somersault.
They're on me.
Oh, I wish he would have like repeated it at least once. Thanks, Fox. Yeah, I think the way I'm gonna do it is if I'm showcasing a game running from the analog 3D, I think I'm gonna go with scan lines, which is so interesting because and I think it's more because it's the because these are 3D games. That it just looks a lot better with the scan lines as opposed to like the Analog Pocket, which I've played what Kirby's Dream Land and Super Mario Land on the channel. I've played both of those and I don't like filters on the Pocket whatsoever. I really love that super clean pixel look. But that's just because that's a flat 2D image. In this case, I'm being forced to go for that N64 resolution. So the scan lines really benefit the 3D models in that case. And it, like I said, I'm not a filters guy, but it just works here. It looks so good. All right, I think that's enough for Star Fox. Star Fox has really opened my eyes for the Analog 3D. We're gonna go one more game, and I'll continue my thoughts on the resolution and the scan lines for the next when we get into the next game. There it is, Majora's Mask. All right, it looks very crunchy. We're starting off with clean, and then we'll go into scan lines. Honestly, I would go into the menu right now and just like switch between them both. But I get the feeling the moment I press start, it's gonna end this cutscene. And I think this cutscene is a good showcase of just seeing different things on screen. I'm getting the feeling this game, out of all of them so far, what was the first game that I did? I did Smash Bros. Maybe not. Maybe this and Smash Bros. Would benefit the absolute most from scan lines. Because Pokemon Stadium looked really good just under the clean settings. And Star Fox looks pretty damn good under clean settings as well. But Smash, very fast paced, quite a bit of detail as well. There's a lot going on there. And then Majora's Mask as well. Like right off the bat, there's a lot going on here. All right, that's cool. Let's just go from here. Jesse and Link. This is probably the first time I'm ever actually starting the game. So they have 4 hearts, which means they're actually a little bit into it. Oh, this one's even further. Let's go into this one. That way I don't have to do any of that first cycle nonsense. Okay, I think there are black bars on the top and bottom. Yeah, there are. They're just very, very, very small. Let's see. Okay, it's Z to just turn the camera. Honestly, it could look worse. Under clean, it could look worse. Honestly, like, it does look a little bad. Yeah. Alright, so right off the bat, this is a situation of fuck it, let's turn on scan lines. Let's go edge hard. Image. Yeah, that's cutting off a lot. See, on the Let's Plays in streams, I can scale this up so that it does fill in the screen properly, and that doesn't bother me. Or like, you know, as long as the viewer gets the best experience, that's all that matters to me. I can play no problem with this, like, letterboxed look. But it is annoying that it doesn't fill properly. Again, I could play it like this no problem. I'm really just concerned with the viewer experience. But I will say, and actually, hold on, real quick. Let me just mess around with it in OBS. I think when I do this, it will. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So for me, oh, okay, that solves any and all issues I honestly just had. Because once I scale it up for OBS, or like once I scale it up in OBS for the viewer, it actually changes the way I see it. Because I have the image being projected onto my main monitor. So like it changes it up for me as well. So like when I scale it up, or when I fill it in for the viewer, it also technically fills it in for myself as well. Because like I'm playing this off of the projection onto my main monitor, as opposed to like, I don't know, it's the way my setup works. That's how it ends up working. So honestly, it not filling in all the way isn't the biggest issue, but this is also a matter of, it's all a game-by-game basis. And I do plan on getting an EverDrive at some point. Hold on, let's get it out into Termina Fields. Fields? Fielda? Singular field? One field? Field. Singular field. Yeah, this is very interesting. Yeah, so, yeah, that fill is gonna be a game-by-game basis, and that's gonna be really annoying to change every now and then. Or whatever. I'll do it. I'll do it and I won't complain. It is what it is. Yeah. I don't know how other people are gonna feel about this, but like for me, like that's an issue that's like whatever. It's something that I can fix. That's not something that other people can fix. Because I can totally understand why people don't like the letterbox looked. The letterbox look. But I deal with aspect ratios and black bars so often that it honestly doesn't even bother me anymore. So like the way it looks right now, I could play like this absolutely no problem. Yeah, this is interesting. Let's okay, let's fight something. Let's slash at something. Okay. What are these, leeches or something? Do the spin attack! Yeah, alright. Okay, so I should also have... Oh, this dude has... Oh, he has all masks! Well, the 3 main ones, that's really what I meant to say. Alright, let's go Deku mask, Zora mask, and then we'll do Goron last. And then I'll change it to clean once I do Goron mask, because I'm curious as to how it'll look with going at that sort of speed. Right now, I think it looks pretty good with scan lines. It's just, Majora's Mask in particular, out of all of them so far, I think, I don't know, I feel like it runs at an even lower resolution than the other games, but I don't know. It's just, there's so much going on here. Okay, let's go Zora. Oh, actually, you know what? We're here. Might as well see if I can swim. I mean, if he has Zora's mask, if whoever played this last has Zora's mask, then there's no reason not to believe that I can't just warp to whatchamacallit. But I guess let's just go ahead and throw on the Goron's mask and do what I wanted to do here, and I guess we'll end off with Zora. Let's see, curl. Ooh! Punch! Curl. Oh, let's rock and roll, baby. Oh, I gotta hold it. This looks good. This looks very, very crunchy. Out of all these games, Majora's Mask looks very, very crunchy. So I really think the scan lines are doing a lot for it. Okay, let's kill you, and then go ahead and switch it to clean. Yeah, see, that's when it's under clean, the Jaggies are just like, it hits so much harder. And I can't imagine turning on anti-aliasing is going to help. Okay, turn on anti-aliasing. Honestly, I feel like it didn't even really do anything. Alright, let's go max speed. Oh, this is... Majora's Mask looks the worst. Out of all these games that I've played, Majora's Mask looks so bad. I gotta be honest, it looks really bad. Like, even with scan lines, I mean, scan lines do a lot to help it out, but even with the scan lines, it looks not super great. That's so interesting. Okay, so let's turn off anti-aliasing. Let's turn the scan lines back on. Oh yeah, that looks a lot better. That looks way better. It looks way better. Oh, I need magic to go full speed. Okay. There it is. Got some magic. Start it up. Go, 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 go. Show me what you got. Dang. Scanlines looks way, way better. Holy crap, Scanlines look so much better with Majora's Mask. Star Fox was selling Scanlines for me. Majora's Mask is like solidifying that I'm gonna use Scanlines for the Analog 3D. I keep almost calling it Pocket 3D. I'm so used to saying Analog Pocket. I'm not used to saying Analog 3D. Which I then again, you gotta think, why am I thinking Pocket 3D then? Alright, let's night of the first day, 60 hours remains. Let's go start. Go Ocarina of Time. What it no. There we go. Song of Soaring. No. Great Big Coast. Yes, let's go. And you gotta think, I also have, whatchamacallit, I also have Overclock to Unleashed. So the frames I'm getting are probably, like, outrageously better than what the N64 was actually running this game at. Oh, but I think I need magic to... Oh no. I can swim properly. Oh, this looks so good. Oh, this looks so good. Oh. Oh, look at that. Look at that spin. Oh, that looks so good. Oh, this is so satisfying. I did not mean to go that. I didn't. Okay. All right. That's fine. Yeah. Scanlines is the way to go. Definitively. Alright. I think that's gonna be it for me. I'm probably gonna go ahead and do final thoughts. And show footage of one more game. But the final thoughts I'll record later, and the final thoughts I'm going to record separately from the game footage, but the game footage will probably I'll probably show it off with the Scanlines. But I will catch you in just a moment. Let me start by saying, shame on Analogue. There is literally no reason why a company that makes such premium products should have such horrendous communication with their customers. In this particular instance, I'm not even speaking about how the Analogue 3D was met with constant last-minute delays. If that was the only issue, then I wouldn't even be bringing it up in my final thoughts. My issue is the lack of promised features and the giant asterisk they technically didn't leave out, but also didn't show off. As mentioned throughout the video, I really hate N64 emulation. I think it's a giant pain in the ass. Honestly, any emulator that isn't on par with Dolphin, PCSX2, PPSSPP, or the major Switch emulators, even Aza to a degree, makes the whole experience hardly worth it for me. I want something feature complete with an intuitive UI. Honestly, I think the only emulator I give a pass to is Melon DS. Everything else I've bothered with is just not totally worth my time, which is why I love what Analogue is doing in the retro gaming space. The Analogue Pocket, honestly, is just about perfect. The Analogue 3D, on the other hand, was an interesting experience. Let's start with the lack of features, or rather just one in particular, the only one I care about, save states. It's not here at launch. It used to be shown off in the promo website along with a number of other features, but it's no longer found there. Very curious. Do I think it's coming? Well, save states and screenshots in particular, probably. Anything else? Totally up in the air. Analogue has a track record of also promising features and subsequently not delivering on those promises. Big bummer, big bummer on the save states front, but I do have faith it will come. Next issue is the weird communication about 4K. The Analogue 3D is a 4K device in the weirdest way possible. Let me read a couple things straight from the site. A reimagining of the N64 in 4K resolution, 10 times the resolution of the original 64. Asterisk. The unmistakable signature and soul of the CRT on your HD TV in 4K. Analogue 3D brings true CRT reference quality to your HD TV in 4K. The new standard for CRT perfection in 4K. 4K HDMI output pushes razor-sharp video natively to your display, delivering every frame with unprecedented clarity and zero lag. 4K HDMI output. Now, down to the footnotes. Resolution is 10 times the majority of games at 320. Some games display at 640. Analogue 3D supports 1080p output in addition to 4K. We strongly recommend playing in 4K for the experience Analogue 3D was created for. Alright, so what does all that mean? Well, to any regular person, you would think it means that the Analogue 3D is pushing out beautiful, crisp visuals, clean polygons everywhere you look. Something to surpass even what Nintendo is offering on Nintendo Switch Online. You would think. And I believe most people would as well based on the wording. What does it actually mean? Well, it means you're getting that original N64 resolution, except in 4K, which means what you're seeing is an incredibly, superbly clean 4K original N64 resolution of either 320 by 240p or 640 by 480p. Remember when I read that part that said Analogue 3D brings true CRT reference quality? Yeah, that's kind of the line that lets them get away with saying 4K like 1,000 times on their site. They didn't lie, you are technically getting a 4K image. It is technically 10 times the resolution of the N64, and you are technically getting razor-sharp video natively to your display. Why am I making such a big deal about this? Because when you pair up all the information with the fact that the only pre-release footage they showed was an off-screen recording of 1080 snowboarding running with their filter, yeah, that sort of makes for extremely scummy advertisement. This is in stark contrast to the daily posting they were doing for the Analog Pocket. Alright, given everything that I've said so far, which was a lot, what exactly are my thoughts about the Analogue 3D? Well, I'm happy with my purchase. Shocker, I know. The Analogue 3D is making N64 gaming significantly less of a pain in the ass. My N64 in particular was prone to issues like a loose power supply that would move out of place if you so much as touched the console, or the console itself just sometimes refusing to read cartridges, or the HDMI signal just refusing to be recognized. The 3D is also very competitive in pricing when you consider just how expensive it is to get HDMI solutions for the original N64. The most impressive feature the 3D has at this very moment is its ability to overclock. This is a genuine game changer when it comes to playing your physical cartridges. Gaming is best enjoyed at high frame rates. Retro is also extremely nice at high frame rates when possible, but playing on an actual retro console more often than not means you're playing at less than 30 frames per second. To be able to enjoy those N64 titles at more acceptable and stable frame rates is so unbelievably nice. Honestly, it's one of those situations where you're like, oh, that's how the game always looked. Then you turn off overclocking and realize the grim reality we so happily accepted as children. As for the best feature the 3D doesn't have at this moment, that being save states, yeah, I'm genuinely upset it's not here. That was one of the major selling points to me. Retro games tend to be overly difficult, and save states help players experience more of a game when the going gets tough. I, for one, believe that games belong to the players first and foremost and should be enjoyed exactly how one wants them to be. Given the vast options we have on the 3D, as well as other Analogue products, I feel it's safe to say Analogue feels the same way. I have faith they'll deliver on this feature, just like they did on the Pocket, and once they do, the 3D will become a near-perfect console. Why near perfect? Well, I'm actually still upset the 3D doesn't actually render games at 4K. But like I said, Analogue technically didn't lie about that, so I'm not going to knock them for that. As a matter of fact, I'll go ahead and praise them for what they have done. I hate filters. I've never been a fan of them. I love polys and pixels being rendered and displayed at the highest resolution possible. I love seeing retro titles going beyond what the developers could ever imagine back when they were making them. The Analogue 3D wasn't made to do this. It was made to stay true to the N64 while offering modern comforts and conveniences. I expected to love the clean display mode and found that it just doesn't look that great with the N64's internal resolution. Specifically due to that limitation, I ended up falling in love with the scanline display mode. Something I did not expect to happen whatsoever. Here are my go-to settings for games running on the 3D. Display mode, scanlines, interp algorithm, Blackman Harris, gamma transfer, modern, sharpness, very sharp, with image size and fit being a case-by-case basis. Honestly, my consoles are technically never being displayed through my monitor. It goes into my capture card, then into my computer. That allows me to see and hear my games through OBS. It's just the most efficient way for me that also gives me the ability to use my comfortable audio solution of choice. So I'll likely put the image size setting to integer and then size it appropriately through OBS to get a properly scaled experience on my monitor. I love playing games in different and unique ways. It's because of that reason that I'm okay with what exactly the Analogue 3D is, despite Analogue's awful communication about 4K. Games look and play wonderfully, all while staying true to the original Nintendo 64 experience. If I want to experience N64 games in a completely modern light, then I'll hit up decompilations when they become available, but only after I've played them on my 3D first. It's important to me to get that OG visual experience. Then there are things like Pokémon Stadium, where getting the true experience of Gen 1 and 2 Pokémon is just too much of a pain in the ass on PC, and simply not possible on Nintendo Switch Online. And just between you and me, I would have gotten the Analogue 3D just to reliably play and properly experience the first two generations of Pokémon for years to come. Yeah, that's how much I love Pokémon. And in general, the transfer pack feature is so cool. That's the benefit of playing with original hardware. Once save states are introduced and all the kinks have been ironed out with the EverDrive, I can confidently say that the Analogue 3D will be my primary way of playing the Nintendo 64 library going forward. Yes, there are certain titles like Star Fox 64 where I'll likely stick with the decompilation version, but only after I've completed it on the 3D. As it is right now, there are very few decomps available anyways. As a reminder, MostlyPositive is primarily a variety let's play and streaming channel, so you can expect most N64 titles featured on the channel being played through the Analogue 3D with the settings previously stated. Whether you checked out this video because you wanted to get more info on the Analogue 3D or are watching the clip version of my final thoughts, I hope you check out the MostlyPositive main channel and enjoy some of my Let's Plays or even check out a stream or two. I'm just here to share my love of games and laughter with the world. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing or becoming a member of the channel, and follow me on Twitch for more of my shenanigans. Most importantly, hit up the Discord where you can keep up with all my projects, uploads, and live streams. I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for watching. Also, the footage you're watching right now is my first time playing F-Zero X. I get it now. My first experience with F-Zero was the GBA game, and I didn't care for it. I played 2 seconds of F-Zero 99 and quickly moved on. But F-Zero X fucking rocks and looks phenomenal on the Analogue 3D. I've owned this game for years and never touched it. I'm upset I never bothered to try it, but at the same time, really happy my first experience was playing it on the Analogue 3D. So enjoy the rest of this tournament.
Watch your back!